the 3 most common frequently asked questions I get inside the DMs about how to start your virtual assistant business with no experience. So if you are joining us live, welcome. So the first thing I want to cover is, do you actually need experience as a virtual assistant? And the answer is no. You don't need to have experience in the industry. You will use the transferable skills that you already have to create custom packages, custom services, custom offers to begin with. You didn't get this far in life without having any skills. So we're going to use the existing skill set that you have to create those services. And obviously you will upskill, you will learn more as your business evolves and life goes on, and you develop interest in certain specific things. And also inevitably things that you need to learn about, like social media, the basics, like AI basics. Yes, you will need to learn those as you go, but you will start with the foundations of what you already know. And your confidence will grow as you continue to build those skills over the course of your business. I feel like it's such a common thing to think I don't have enough experience to start, but experience doesn't come from, research behind the scenes. It comes from doing and comes from putting yourself out there. So one of the strategies that we teach inside of our community is to offer a couple hours of free work in order to get experience in the industry, to work with real life businesses, to do things that real businesses are looking for help with. And then when you get inquiries in looking for help with certain specific, services, if you need to upskill, then that is when you upskill, because you just can't sit at home and learn everything. If you were to do that, you would just never start. I still don't know everything at 6 years into business. So you just have to throw yourself in the deep end and trust that you will swim. The second thing that a lot of people ask, and I think this is so fair, is how do beginner virtual assistants actually land clients? And I know this is something that is such a concern, people feeling like they have the skills but may not know how to actually execute that into paying clients and therefore an income, and how to make it sustainable. So the first thing you need to do in order to get clients, obviously everyone wants to jump into getting clients first, but you need to kind of reverse a little bit. And the first thing you need to do is set up a legitimate business for anyone to take you seriously. Now, this may mean picking a business name, the registration process, setting up a business bank account, setting up a domain, email address, contracts, all the good stuff there. All the legalities, logistics need to be done first before you approach anyone or put the feelers out about any work. The next thing that you need to do is create a basic social media page, which is going to act like your shop front, your portfolio. That needs to have information about yourself, your services, your background, your unique selling points, the packages you're going to offer. That all will live there. And whether you choose to do a faceless account or with your face on it, either way, you need to have that social media page and you need to have that shop front, and it needs to look professional, beautiful to the best of your ability. Because from that basic social media page, have your shop front. So if you go to a networking event, you can connect to people on it after. If you reach out to people on Instagram, say you're reaching out to local businesses and you know their business, you know the area, you need to reach out to them from that page or from your business email and link them back to your page. If you're using the Facebook strategy that we use, where you're posting in Facebook groups, introducing yourself and your business, you need to then link them back to your Instagram again to showcase that you have an actual business. This isn't just like a little idea from some randomer. You have a full scale business. The same goes if you're looking for clients on LinkedIn or whatever it might be. You're reaching out to old coworkers, old connections. They're going to link back to your social media page, to your shop front. So I cannot tell you how important this is. And not only is it just for it being your shop front, but it's going to be where you naturally just build connections with people. And Instagram is such an incredible place for landing clients as a virtual assistant. It's where I landed a ton of my clients when I started my business, and it's where a lot of our community land clients. This happened literally a couple of times in the last few weeks, where I get our students on their third post to post an introduction video of them saying like, hey, I'm Neve. I just started my virtual assistant business. This is what I'm going to be offering. If you know anyone interested, send me a message. And 2 of the girls got a client just from that, from someone in their network or their connections sharing that, and then a friend of a friend situation, or like a family friend reaching out via that. So that just goes to show that how important your shop front is, that can directly land you clients through your personal network and just through networking in general. I actually never use my personal network to land any clients. every client I got was just a random stranger that I had never met. So it was really cool that I was able to build such rapport with people, and that was all through Instagram. The third thing, the money question that obviously people are super concerned about, is how much can you realistically earn as a virtual assistant? Can you actually replace a corporate salary? Can you actually, create a really nice side hustle? So the answer is the income that you make as a virtual assistant, it's any business. It is uncapped, and it comes down to what capacity you have to invest into the business, because this is very much a business where time invested in is rewards that you will see. It depends on how consistently you show up. It depends on how good of a service you provide to your clients, how good you are at client experience, how good you are at upselling to your existing clients, how willing you are to go hunting for those clients. And this is something I kind of harp on about so much inside of my community. When you were looking for clients in the early days, this isn't like sending like 5 messages to local businesses or sending 5 messages to, some businesses you'd love to work with. I'm talking about hundreds of messages. You are hunting for clients in the early days, and this is what will make you a full-time income. When I started from day one, I was hunting for clients. Landed my first client within 7 days, and was making like €5,000-ish a month by, I think, around my 5th month. And don't get me wrong, I had no idea what I was doing. I was absolutely like blagging it, but I was still able to get there. And this is because I had that hunting mentality. It was like, right, let's find a client, let's do our absolute best, let's spend my own time upskilling and learning to be better for them, so they'll take me on for more hours, so I can upsell them into bigger packages, because I've now spotted holes in their business, and now I know the skills that they need, and I know how to kind of like worm my way in. And it's just such a smart way of going about it. So when you have that mentality, the income truly is uncapped. What we generally see in our community is people getting to around the like €4,000 a month mark, and then kind of being, I would say, like at capacity with client work. And therefore that you need to then decide on what you're going to do to scale your business past then. Some of the girls have become like a social media or virtual assistant agency, where they would basically be like the manager. They would take on all the clients, they would manage their relationships, and they have some team members actually doing the work. Some of the girls get into coaching, some of the girls get into strategy, some of the girls get into tech support. It is just so hard to know where your business will lead you, but it truly is uncapped. I actually got a DM from a past student. She started a business with us like 3 years ago. Full transparency, we didn't help her scale her business. We helped her set it up and launch it. And she's still an amazing friend now. And she was asking me she was telling me her goals were to get from like 15, 20K mark to 50,000 a month. So like that is insane money that she's already making and that she has goals for. But that's within 3 years. So there is no cap. It just depends on what kind of business model you want to earn. A lot of our students earn 1 to 2K a month within the first 90 days and replace like a full-time corporate salary within 12 months. So it's whatever your goals are and whatever the time capacity that you have to put in, you can make and hit that goal. Some people have the goal inside of our community to make a side hustle, to make an extra grand or 2 a month, keep their full-time job, and they like the security of that job and the benefits that brings. There is nothing wrong with that if that is what you were looking for. If you're someone who's looking to, save an extra couple thousand every couple of months for a mortgage down payment or whatever it is, that's completely valid and that is very doable. We have some people who are wanting to replace like fat corporate salaries and beyond, and that is also very doable. It just depends on what your goals are. Obviously, side hustle kind of business, you're going to put in a lot less time than someone who's looking to, replace a corporate salary and beyond. And I think it's just really important to figure out what you want out of the business, so then you can put a number on it and you can kind of work backwards and see how that will all work out. So yeah, if anyone is here live has any questions, do let me know and I will answer them. If you're watching the replay, put a comment in the comment section. I'll also answer them there. And yeah, if you're someone who is looking to explore the idea of becoming a virtual assistant and you want help getting there, just DM me the word academy and I'll send you the link to book in a free call. We'll have a conversation about your next steps, about just like if it's a right fit, if we're a right fit. I'm more than happy to meet, go through the logistics of the industry, of what working together would look like, and then you can make your decision from there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming.